All right, are we live?
We are live.
Great. Well, Madison, maybe I'll give it a few seconds here as it looks like our attendees keep jumping up. Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining. We'll give it a minute here. And then we'll kick off. I hope everybody out there is enjoying some nice weather. We are headquartered here in Chicago, and it was a long spring. It's kind of an extended winter. And as we enter June, we've got this lovely straight to summer weather, and we couldn't be happier here in Chicago. So hope everybody's enjoying the same. Well, I'll go ahead and kick off. I think we've still got some folks coming in, but our attendance is getting high and we're right on schedule. So as Ariam just put in the chat, thank you so much for joining. Welcome to the 2022 Packback Awards. This is actually our kickoff awards. And so I want to share a few thoughts on why this is such an exciting event for us to kick off. So obviously, if you're a faculty member or student, in the virtual room here, you're familiar with us to some degree, whether it's a peer who utilizes Packback or you've got Packback in your own classroom. But if you're not familiar, with the story, Packback is a student-founded company. And, when we evolved into what we do today, which is provide discussion, a platform that really facilitates inquiry-driven learning classrooms, it was not an obvious classroom implementation even 6-7 years ago. I mean, our whole purpose is awakening and fueling student curiosity. And we basically, came to the table with a concept for student-led, in many cases, autonomous learning environments where students are driving the questions. And so today, 6 years later, we are working with thousands of faculty members. We'll have something in the range of 1 million college students that are on Packback learning communities in the upcoming year. And so many of the faculty that are joining us today are in many ways mavericks in their field, because this was not, necessarily the most intuitive way to lead, a classroom or facilitate a classroom environment. And it was a little nerve-wracking, in some of the conversations I know I was in back in 2015, 2016. So to be here 2022 with all of you is just really, really special. And I can't thank you enough for joining. So I guess I should self-intro. My name is Mike Shannon. I'm one of our co-founders and CEO here at Packback. I'm joined by Pete Demjanovich and Ann Olson. So Ann and Pete have been, really staples of the Packback team. Pete recently, joined our team in the last few years after, being an educator, as many of our Packback team members, had been for a number of years. And Ann Olson, if you're one of our faculty partners, you must have come across Ann Olson at this point, one way or another. Ann's been, really one of the building, staples of Packback, and has worked with, her own hundreds and thousands of faculty. So between the two of them, we've got, a whole range of fun awards. We'll get from everything from our most curious award to lifetime achievements. And really today is all about honoring and spotlighting some of the remarkable faculty achievements and initiatives that we've just been able to, have the good fortune of being a technology partner to. But really, it's all about faculty and sharing approaches. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and hand off to Ann Olson, who's going to take it away with our first series of awards. So Ann, over to you.
Thank you so much, Mike. First of all, I'm so excited to have everyone here. Thank you all so much for joining us for this inaugural event. And for our very first award, I'm going to be announcing the Most Curious Award. This award is going to an instructor who truly embodies curiosity and lifelong learning. So this winner is an amazing professor who has been frequently awarded favorite professor by freshmen, and I know has also been chosen by several senior athletes at this institution to be their featured faculty member who comes to these culminating athletic events. They're constantly reflecting and improving on the way they use Packback, but also just every single piece of material in their courses, and have done something different almost every term. They have helped support the Women in Econ Club to coach and support the growth of women in economics. And On top of it, they're truly committed to being a lifelong learner, whether it's going to massive conferences in Vegas and Chicago, small ones in rural Pennsylvania, or just from a personal curiosity standpoint, visiting as many, I don't believe the appropriate term is lower level leagues, but the feeder leagues in Pennsylvania baseball from across the state, Ohio, Texas as well, I think. But this individual is constantly committed to improving themselves and always, most importantly, their students. And the winner for this award is Associate Teaching Professor Jadrian Wooten. I'm going to pass the mic over to Jadrian for a few words.
Okay, and can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. That was very kind. You said lots of really nice things. So I am super appreciative of just the recognition and everything that Packback does. And so I will gladly say that Packback allows me to change things and change them how I feel like changing it every single semester. So while I really like changing things every single semester, I'm very thankful that Packback allows me to do that. And I really appreciate just all of the time and resources that Packback has given me. So thank you, Anne. Anne has been my person since I started. So Anne, thank you so much for everything. And then thank you to the whole Packback team for listening to all of my complaints and questions and suggestions. It makes things much easier.
Sorry, back to me. And that I'm going to pass it over to our next award and host, Pete.
Awesome. Thanks, Anne. Really appreciate it. I have the esteemed honor of presenting the Most Engaged Award. And this award is going to an instructor that I had the honor and privilege of working with throughout this entire first year of Packback implementation at the high school level. This was something that, as a team and as a group and as a company, we weren't really sure how exactly this was all going to work out. So it's just been quite a wild ride, and it's been a pleasure to be on this journey with this instructor because they had been a huge advocate right out of the gate. They brought it into their classroom. They gave it a real honest effort to make it something that was going to be a value add for their students and the classroom that they're working in. Because it's the Most Engaged Award, they were able to just jump in and start using a lot of the various engagement tools to really support their learners in a way that really felt authentic and is best practice as far as we know. So it's really great to see that happening. In addition to jumping in headfirst into the deep end with the platform, they were also really great trailblazing for Packback and AI in general within the school classroom, because they presented at a statewide conference in North Carolina where they were sharing the value that AI could bring to students in classrooms across high schools in the US and abroad. So the winner for the Most Engaged Educator is high school English teacher Suzanne Heim. Congratulations. And I'm going to pass the mic to Suzanne if she's got a few words for the group.
Hi. Whoops. Can everyone hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Okay. I just want to say thank you so much. Using Packback has been an amazing transition in my class with high schoolers, and it really opened my eyes and helped me engage even more with my students to help them understand where they're coming from, what they're thinking, and even engage them more with their writing process just through questioning. I am so excited and humbled to have received this award, and I'm so excited to be able to expand it with my students even more next year with everything that I've learned this year. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Suzanne. We really appreciate it. Looking forward to many more conversations about how we can use Packback even more effectively in the future. So really appreciate it. And I have the esteemed pleasure of introducing the next award as well. This is the award for the most encouraging, which is very exciting. We need encouragement. Everyone needs encouragement. I think that's where we just came from, actually. Most encouraging. My apologies. Will also be, yeah. So the EOS award is going to instructor. I apologize. He was always making sure students are encouraged through praise, sparks, other acknowledgement of student effort. They were nominated because they were really, really active on the platform. Someone who is really, again, supporting students as they get started on their Packback journey. And as a teacher at a virtual high school, this individual immediately saw the value in bringing stronger student-to-teacher relationships through Packback. Constantly looking for exemplar questions and responses to boost those up on the platform, as well as finding opportunities for growth. So this teacher has made Packback a place for their virtual students to find community, make connections, and see huge strides in their learning. Just a really great way to bring everybody in, especially in like a virtual setting. So the winner for the most encouraging is high school social studies teacher Bill Mchenry. And Bill, if you are here, we'd love to hear a few words if you don't mind. And apologies for the rocky kickoff there.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you so much for this honor. It's been so great working with Packback this year. The whole Packback team, especially Sarah Pasqualini, has been so supportive of myself and my team, the history department at Charlotte-Mecklenburg Virtual High School. I've seen so much growth from my students and some skills that I think we can continue to push forward at the virtual high school, like argumentation and citation and, just interaction between peers and building community. So thank you so much for this award. I just want to thank my principal, Mr. John Klein, for his support as well. And thank you all.
Awesome. Thanks, Bill. Really appreciate it. And I'm going to keep on rolling with another award. This is the Changemaker Award. It's going to an instructor who is dedicated to improving the world around them, whether it is specific to their campus, community, or a more widespread impact. This winner was nominated because not only are they an excellent educator, they've had a huge impact on the education field itself. Despite originally coming from an unrelated discipline, this individual pursued a career in education, has won numerous awards for their accomplishments as a teacher. In addition, they've authored works that serve as professional development for other teachers, as well as focusing on the intersection of long-term student success and targeted intervention. And the winner is Associate Professor Newton Miller. And unfortunately, Dr. Miller couldn't make our award show today, but we do have an acceptance video from Dr.
Well, hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Newton Miller, and I have to admit, when I was alerted that I was receiving this award, my heart was overwhelmed. I mean, I was full. My eyes welled up with tears, and you see, this is probably one of the top 5 honors that anyone could bestow upon me, is to pronounce me a change maker. You see, if you ever received an email from me, I have this little tag signature that says, "Stay anxious to make a difference." As educators, we all set out each day to do just that. Make a difference. We're always busy trying to help someone ponder a new thing or make a new change or accept a different way of thinking so that they can expand their horizons and kick down the doors and disintegrate any barriers that are blocking them from their new realms of possibilities. Really, what we want them to do is what I call launch 360 and explode their greatness in every area of their lives. But as educators, we know that this can only happen when we challenge the status quo, when we push the culture of critical thinking and problem solving well into their zone of proximal development. And guess what? Packback is designed to do just that. Packback helps us to unlock and uncover the greatness that's inside our students so that they can not only identify what they possess, but can communicate that greatness in an academic environment and pinpoint it towards a specific content area to not only show what they know about the content, but what the content can become because of them. Here's what's really powerful. At some point, that cognitive and cultural enlightenment synergize, or as Bloom says, synthesizes into something new and innovative that will transform our society as we know it. Now, if that's not being a change maker, then I'm not sure what is. So thank you for bestowing this honor upon me to call me a change maker of 2022. I'm truly grateful, and I'm honored beyond measure, because it's what I set out to do on a daily basis. But I'm a man of integrity, so I have to keep it real. And if we're being honest, Packback is the real change maker here. So since you're giving me this award, I'd like to propose a deal. If you keep on disrupting the system and promoting positive change, then I'll keep being a disruptor too. Thank you for this award, and remember, make it a great day, or not, because that choice is always yours.
Wow, those are really inspiring words from Dr. Miller. Really, really exciting. Great. So I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic over to Anne for the next award.
I'm going to nominate Dr. Miller to speak in place of me forever.
Agreed. Same.
Give a second for that. That was incredible. Wow, that was very meaningful. But transitioning now. Oh gosh, if I get out of full screen, I don't need my face that large. I will be announcing the most vocal professor, or the MVP. In this case, this award is going to go to an instructor who is super involved on the platforms themselves, interacts with the students often, maybe even competes with the students. I don't know. I've definitely heard it from some of y'all. This winner was nominated really specifically because despite having an incredibly large course, they're constantly active in their communities. They post their own questions regularly to get the students talking, and then challenge them to take a more open-minded approach to differing perspectives, playing devil's advocate. With the implementation of Packback Instruct, this instructor has written amazing and incredibly engaging polls to question the students and get incredible participation both inside and out of the class. And the winner of our MVP award is Associate Professor Aaron Pitluck. Cheers for Aaron. Unfortunately, Aaron could not make it today, but we do have a video from him instead.
I am humbly honored to receive the first inaugural award for Most Vocal Professor. I'm indebted to Krista Hine, my experienced manager, who has made working with Packback so much fun. My family and parents were not at all surprised that I received the Most Vocal Professor award. Apparently I was the most vocal child, and I am still the most vocal daddy. Still, I must confess that the external validation is gratifying. So thank you, Krista, and thank you everyone at Packback.
Awesome. Thank you, Aaron. Shout out to Krista. For our next award, I also have the distinct pleasure of presenting the Most Innovative Professor Award. This is going to an instructor who has a really unique approach to their classes and the learning environment they provide to their students. This winner was nominated because they're an instructor who is constantly trying new things. They're keeping what's best for their students as a top priority, as a guiding principle. And one of the most innovative things that they've done is run certain classes as ungraded. So instead of any kind of a traditional grade, they rely on student self-evaluations through reflections and active creative portfolio creation. So they're consistently implementing just creative ideas to learn and grow their courses, again, to be what is best for their students first and foremost. And the winner for the Most Innovative Professor is Assistant Professor Lauren Henley. I am going to pass the mic over to Lauren if she is here and is able to for a few words.
Sure. So I hope you guys can hear me, and it is truly an honor to receive this award. It's also really hard to follow after Drs. Miller and Pitluck, so I'll try. So I just wanted to say, for those who actually don't know, my first day as a tenure track assistant professor was in August of 2020. So you can just imagine starting out this job in the midst of a pandemic. And like most first semester assistant professors, I was exhausted by December and really thinking I picked the wrong profession. So I complained to a colleague about how I felt like I wasn't getting through to my students, and she mentioned Packback. And I'd be lying if I said I was immediately jumping at the thought of learning something new when I already felt like I was drowning. But I kind of figured something had to give. So I reached out to the Packback team, and from day one, Krista and Noah have been so amazing and so supportive. And since then, it feels really weird to say, but having something as consistent as Packback in my classroom has been absolutely phenomenal. because the students come alive and I have peace of mind knowing that they're engaging with the materials and with one another, especially in an ungraded class or holistically graded class, and all of the unique things that I try to work out in my classroom. So I really just wanted to say thank you to Krista and Noah and to all the folks I met at OLC, and even those who've just sent me kind words on social media. I really do feel like a part of the Packback family. So I wouldn't be nearly as innovative if it weren't for the Packback team's willingness to support me doing things a little bit differently along the way. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Dr. Henley. Well, moving into our Lifetime Achievement Honorees, I'm going to close this up today. First, just want to echo and reiterate, a huge bit of gratitude to all of the faculty members honored today or that were nominated, and that have worked with Packback either directly or indirectly over the past 6-7 years now. It's truly our honor to work with all of you and learn from all of you. And the Lifetime Achievement Honorees, I think, speak to the opportunity we see as Packback team members in the opportunity we have every day to work with educators. So we have two Lifetime Achievement Honorees, one from K-12 and one from higher education. And I want to share a little bit of color here. So our first honoree is in K-12, Miss Jennifer Freestone, who currently teaches 9th grade pre-AP English and AP Language and Composition at Pasadena High School in Texas. And I want to read, this wasn't in our plans, but I want to read this statement that Jennifer gives, which I think speaks to the mission and where we try to find alignment with the mission of the educators we work with. It's a quick statement. I am passionate about my job because the children I teach control the future. They need to be well prepared to face the challenges that lay ahead of them, the ability to read and write well as think and make decisions for themselves. Those are skills I try to make sure they leave with at the end of the school year. And when they move on, they know that I am in their corner and always will be. I thought that was such a moving statement and mission to align with. And we couldn't be, more honored to work with Jennifer Freestone, and as an innovator, to have 20 plus years as an educator and then be, still kind of not kind of, but totally an agent of change. The story of Packback and Jennifer is that we were already into the school year, and Jennifer had made some changes and we started partnering together. And so typically, when Packback is installed, it's at the beginning of a year. This was a very unique case. And so Jennifer, we appreciate everything that you bring to your classroom. It's an honor to partner with you. I'm not sure if Jennifer is with us today, but we'd love to hear a few words from you if so. I think Jennifer could not make it today. So anyways, wanted to share that a little bit. Now our next lifetime honoree in higher ed, where Packback has been working for a longer duration. K-12 has been fairly new. So this individual has become a household name at Packback over the years. It's Professor Mark Reesinger. Now, Mark Reesinger is basically we have conference rooms named after him at Packback because a whole range of our team members have either come across or heard some of the feedback and coaching and guidance that we've received from Mark. Now, recently, as Packback has been able to expand our platform from 6 years ago, we primarily were working with large 4-year institutions, right? And we've been able to evolve and work with a wider array of community colleges and wider systems. And one that we're most excited about is SUNY, State Universities of New York. Now, SUNY is also dear to our heart because we have a former dean from SUNY on our team, Kim Blanchett. And one of my co-founders and our COO at Packback, Casey Gandam, has worked very hand in hand with the SUNY team. So here's a statement from our SUNY team internally at Packback about Mark that I wanted to read. So I had the pleasure of working with them closely and had this to say. Mark has been an inspiration to SUNY faculty and staff across the entire system about the power of student questions. They were also an inspiration to our team in a huge way. And I just hope we can keep carrying this individual's torch of what great teaching looks like to our many educators. So I thought that tied the bow really well on the praise we certainly feel for Mark. Congratulations on your lifetime of impact and achievement as an educator. And we appreciate both of you. If Mark is here, we'd love to hear from you. I think we've got Mark.
Here, if you'd like to hear me.
Hey, Mark. Yeah, we'd love to hear a few words. Thank you so much for joining and appreciate everything.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for those very kind words. Yeah, and I really appreciate the award. Like you said, I've been with Packback since the very beginning. I remember summer, I think it was summer of 2016, somebody cold called me and said, hey, we're starting this new discussion board. And just so happened at that time, I had been looking around to get my students involved in discussion. And I asked colleagues and I asked students about we were using Blackboard at that time, about using the Blackboard discussion board, and nobody had anything good to say. So I said, well, I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try this semester. And, I've been with it ever since. And I remember my very first experience manager, Olson. How are you today? I remember her very well. I remember working with the Packback team and doing some presentations for the SUNY group. And it's just been a real joy to work with everybody at Packback. You say I inspire others, but you also inspire me. And I think that's really important that we have that, collaboration, cooperation back and forth. Everybody at Packback has just been really great. Everybody I've worked with there has been really great. So I just want to say thank you. Some of you may know that I am now, well, not officially retired yet, but I am retiring. So, you never know where I might pop up in the future. So you may be hearing from me again. But once again, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Mark. Congratulations on your retirement. No doubt your curiosity will continue to flourish. So we'll look forward to being in touch and, hearing what you're reading and looking into, and, I'm sure providing mentorship to a whole bunch of folks. So congratulations, Jennifer and Mark. Those are our lifetime achievement honorees. That wraps us up on awards. I just wanted to say thank you. If you are new to the journey with Packback, or like Mark, you've been with us since 2016, we feel like we're only at the beginning. We have a lot of exciting things coming up in the next year. You may have heard of deep dives, which is our entrance into long form writing. We have a waiting list going for partnering with deep dives. We have a limited beta in the fall that a few of our close partners are working with us on, and then an expanding waiting list for January 2023. So you will see Packback adhering and answering the call for long form writing as well. And our mission will continue into the future. So if you are new or exploring Packback, all of our information can be found at www.packback.co. That's packback.co. And, we hope to hear from you. And if you hear from our team, we hope, you're willing to take a conversation, because we do like to, try to really find the actual, mission alignment as has been spoken today. And it's a creative journey once we get going. So thanks everybody for joining, and have a great rest of the week.